All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Andy Gill in the building. Good morning, sir. Denali Smith, good morning. Gabe Toss, good morning. What? Salute Chad and Fanon. That dude, aka Popeye Jones, mad as hell because ranting and talking about I'm never going to talk about Fanon again. Dramatic dude who made a 3-hour live become Fanon because Fanon speaks truth. What? Fanon gets hate for speaking truth. Conti already exposed himself and made some excuses about being in the hospital for a month over a typo on Twitter. Yes, that's funny. Eddie Reynoso, what's going on? What's going on, Chris Brooks? Barbara D in the building. What's going on? Andy Gill. What's going on? Tyrone Brown. Gilbert Jimenez. Nuke the Duke. What's going on? Ox Steel in the building. Good morning. Mr. Mileage. Everything healthy. What's going on, man? Anthony Harris. Good morning. JD. Good morning. Real Baby J. SBG Mello. Good morning. Kevin Graham. Good morning. What's up, Soda Black? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well, man. I am so pissed this morning, man. I am really pissed, man. I recorded my videos this morning, and the audio, I forgot to do the audio. So I'm about to put up some shitty ass audio on my channel today because I am not re-recording that crap. I'm going to try to work with the audio as best I can. Yeah, I'll probably do it again. Sammy, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work. 16 Sammy in the building. What's going on? Thank you, man. All of your super chats and cash apps are greatly appreciated today. I got to hire. I'm going to tip a hat to this lawyer. This dog, Punch Drunk Boxing, bro. Why are you putting up videos saying that I got sued? Punch Drunk Boxing. I think I'm going to need to start suing you guys. Because if you guys are out here claiming that I've been sued, let me tell you about this shit going on here, man. Let me tell you, man. Let me move this up a little bit. Soda Black said, I'm good, OG. Thanks, man. It's good to see you, Soda Black. Soda Black, good to see you, man. It's been a minute. Nicole Matthews, good morning, Nicole. The Cardenas, good morning, man. Good morning. He said, dude, what does this say? Punch is desperate for clicks. He never had integrity. Loves the drama on YouTube. No, I think it's more of a concerted effort. I'm going to tell you the truth. I think it's a concerted effort on a cabal of individuals to try to make me look bad at every possible turn, bro. Oh, the Terence Crawford's team in the picture, in the person of Victor Conti, admitted that there was a discrepancy on the information that he leaked. The funny thing is, though, Victor, I thought you said you didn't have any contacts inside of VADA. So how could you have been the one to have leaked it? Victor, you're telling on yourself everywhere you go, man. Everywhere you go, you tell on yourself. Oh, I don't know who Rap Star is and Manager Marty on the live about. That's good. Fanon started a civil war in the boxing community. Respect how you never change. Thank you, man. Look, bro, it's hard to catch a lie, but I still watch. Thank you, man. Thank you, Soda Black. Look, they try to do this Uncle Tom shit with me, man. I'm kind of not happy this morning because Victor Conti tried to put up that bug-eyed dude as some leader in the boxing community. That where we need to get to the bottom of these things. Paul Garcia said, long-time follower, first-time chatting. Appreciate your knowledge for the sport, but I got Canelo in 9, too much power. Crawford is going to lose speed and will not be able to hurt Canelo. Facts. We'll see. Look, whether he's mental or not, I can't say. All I know is I'm really tired of you guys with your concerted effort to run my name in the ground. This is not the first time that Punch Drunk went on some little tirade about me. Nor that other guy, whatever his name is, fucking Vane, whatever his name is. Like, these guys disappear in my mind for long periods of time. But you guys just try to do a pivot and hand the negotiation to that coon, That's exactly how you guys always play black people. You see, Victor Conte wants to name the black person that is going to be able to pull his ass out of this fire. I rewatched Bud versus Porter. Bud had to. I'm not sure. He definitely tells on himself and tells it all. Yeah, man. He's the biggest. I mean, Victor Conte rats on everybody, including himself. The haircut, Bug Eyes Rocks is dumb. Look, man, I have no time for the dude. I'm really kind of put off though that you guys try to like make like what did he have to do with it? Like we're going at it back and forth. Every time, I swear to God, every time I do something where I step out myself and I become and I like do a hot take, I don't do a lot of hot takes. So my hot take took off. Chump Side is the new. What is the? I mean, dude, Champ Side's been a sellout. Champ Side been a sellout. Ain't shit real about Champ Side either. Ain't shit real about Champ Side either. I knew that when he magically had 500 people in his live stream. Like, bro, you don't even have that many followers. Then the dude would call me he called me a clickbaiter and all that crap. And then he puts up one video to get 78,000 subscribers on one short. Yeah, guy. Chump Side said they put a lawsuit on a YouTuber. That video made about manager Marty is what I was telling you about. And when I hopped on. Fuck you, Champ Side. Chump Side, they put a lawsuit. No, they ain't put no lawsuit on me. Who the fuck they put a lawsuit on, Chump Side? Why you guys lying on me, man? You just gonna fucking lie? What lawsuit got put on me, man? You're a piece of shit, Champ Side. Little fucking knockoff, that's a boxing ego knockoff, bro. I mean, for real, bro. Bud had the what? No, I mean, seriously, man. That dude was hating on me. I heard this. I listened to Champ Side hate on me at least 2 or 3 times before I was like, done. Dude, he's another bot, bro. You guys, you're not making no living doing this shit, selling no fucking merch. Like, make the fuck out of here with your brand. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, for now, what fights would you like to see on the undercard of Canelo Crawford? I'm not buying that fight. None. Because I'm not buying it. I'm not buying Canelo Alvarez Terence Crawford's fight. I'm not doing it. They're not going to get a penny out of me. Terence Crawford will definitely never get a penny out of me for a pay-per-view. So there ain't no way in the world. I don't care who's on the undercard. Matter of fact, I don't want anybody good on the undercard because I'm not buying it. Oh, it's on free on Netflix. Oh, okay. So they're just gonna lose money on this fight. It's free. Okay, if I have, then I don't really care. I have it on. It's free if it's. They say it's free on Netflix. Let's see if it's free. Has any Netflix been pay-per-view? Exactly. Champ Side is the Temu boxing ego. That's crazy. Where he is. He's a fucking boxing ego knockoff, bro. He sounds like boxing ego, tries to act like boxing ego. Come on, man. These guys is all. So no, okay, so all right. I don't know though who's on the undercard. I don't care really. I'm serious, man. I don't have any respect for that fight. The fact that you had to pay to put it on, it's a con job. It's just a larger part of the con job. Tyson versus Paul was on Netflix. That's what's up. Duke the Duke said it's free, and I'm still gonna. Nuke the Duke said it's free, and I'm still gonna steal it. No, I can't support you, bud. I can't support you. I can't. I got to figure out how to steal that fight, even if it's on Netflix. Because I don't want you to get any good metrics. That's how bad I feel about this fight. And look, I did a video when I just shared my opinion about how big Bud looked. Everything goes nuts. You niggas out here claiming I'm getting sued. And I want to know why in the world you guys lied about that, Champ Side. Why you out here lying on me, Champ Side? Why you out here lying on me, Blue Blood? Why you out here fucking lying on me? Like, seriously, bro, why are you out here lying on me, man? Isn't that defamation of character for you to sit here and say that I got a lawsuit on me and you know damn well that I don't? Fanon, have you heard that this fight is basically sold out? What is that? What does basically sold out mean? I know for sure it's going to sell out. They're going to give the tickets away. And Fanon, that's exactly what I've been saying. This is not a big fight at all. It's really not a big fight. If it's sold out, it's because they're giving away tickets. But look, don't believe anything comes out their mouths. They are complete and utter liars, man. They are complete and utter liars. For fucking punch drunk, champ side, blue blood to sit there and lie to people and say that I was sued. Why do you want to lie on me, man? I thought we were all black people. I thought we were all supposed to be sticking together, brother. What? Why are you out here lying on? Why are you out here lying on me and telling people I got sued? I thought we were all supposed to stick together, black man. You cones. Tell any lie they tell you to say. Oh, we're gonna sue him. It's go time on. Remember when they said green light, Fanon? When they said green light that nigga, green light that nigga. I guess that's the green light, huh? They're saying only 27. They're saying only 2,700 tickets are left. I mean, they're gonna try to create a sense of urgency. Why would anybody buy those tickets? You got to get your plane. I guess it's 8 weeks away. Dude is that Bud is that dude. He beat my favorite fighter, Errol, at one point. Bud is a fucking dickhead, real mulatto. Bud is not that dude. Bud is a prick. Bud is not that dude. I am 100% on Bud is not that dude. Bud is a prick. But what's up? Good to see you, real mulatto. I ain't seen you in a minute. Bud was bigger than all his opponents except Postal in the chat. Look, Terence Crawford, it can be as good a fighter as he wants to be. I'm not in the mood for it. I'm waiting to see fights with fighters that act like they got some common sense. There's no reason for that dude to be laid up underneath Victor Conti. Chris, I'm going to throw you out, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Stop. I don't need to have any misinformation, bro. Get the fuck on, bro. Okay? Get your misinformation the fuck on. I don't want to hear nothing about no tickets. Those tickets are possibly free tickets that they gave out. I'm not trying to hear about, whoa, it's only 12 left in the 60,000 seat arena. I'm not trying to hear that bullshit, bro. Okay? You guys lie like fucking rugs. You're going to buy the tickets off the main site, put them on a secondary ticket site so you can claim the fight sold out. Okay? I'm not trying to hear it, bro. You did not have 57,000 people already bought tickets for this fight. That's 57,000 people already bought tickets to fly into Vegas. I don't buy it. Okay? I don't buy it. That story is going to change. That story is going to change 5 or 6 times before you remember when they were already sold out for the fight? They were already sold out before, weren't they? When they sold tickets when the fight wasn't even scheduled there yet. Oh, you take hours out of your day to complain about another man. What does that say? Make you? It makes me a YouTuber, dickhead. I do this every day. That's what it makes me. It makes me a YouTuber, dumbass. That's what it makes me. It makes me a YouTuber. Get the fuck out of my face. How about that? That's what it makes me. You know what I mean? They won't tell you the hotel sales until after the total tickets until after the fight. Look, man, I'm not trying to. If Blue Blood says something about there being tickets sold, that's because that little Negro got told to say it. Okay? If Champside says boo, that's because somebody told him to say boo. If Showbiz, the adult bug-eyed ass, says something, it's because somebody told him to say it. Okay? You guys are completely bought and sold. Who cares what you think? Go away. I don't have to like Terence Crawford. I can say whatever I want to say. It's my live stream. Get off. Go home. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody worse than him at talking about tanking other fighters. Look, I'm just telling you I don't believe this fight. I don't. Victor Conte had to admit that there was a big discrepancy on this test that he leaked. All you have to do is check hotels in Vegas for that weekend. Yeah, I'm not really tripping, to tell you the truth. I don't really care if the fight does well or if the fight does poorly. I know the fight's not going to make any money. It's not a natural fight. I watched one of Bud's 2 fights in full, and they were both, what is this? I've watched 1, 2 Bud's fights in full, and they were both bullshit. Bud versus Porter was a scam, and Bud versus Spence was a scam. His whole career is smoking public housing mirrors. No, serious. Q Breeze, bug eyes. Seriously, that shit is annoying to me. Hey, it's making money even though you're right only 20% of the time. YouTube. I don't know what you're talking about. Look, bro, look, bro, delete, go away, bro. I don't know you. Too many unanswered questions on Bud's last few fights to give him any real credit. He chose to link up with Victor, and that's his own ordeal to live with. I'm not putting on blinders. Bug eyes and taco. I mean, seriously, bro, I'm really offended that you think that that is what really represents boxing fans. You guys decided that you were going to get into the boxing media. You wanted to get into the media business, and boxing is just the way and the footing that you got into the door. And then you guys became one of the worst group of shitheads I've ever seen in my entire life. And I say that with no love and all kind of disrespect for you. Let me put my countdown for the Ali documentary. I said, my son said it's going to be done in the next week. Didn't Tank win all his big fights? Why he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer? Only person Tank really hasn't fought with Shakur. I told you a long time ago that Gervonta Davis is a Hall of Famer. That's without a doubt Gervonta's a Hall of Famer. But I'm glad that Tim Bradley did that, because Tim Bradley probably wants to get away from those scumbags. If I was Tim Bradley, I would want to get away from y'all. I would want to start telling the truth. I would want to start saying things that I could really rest, where I said them, I could feel good about myself. Not telling a bunch of stories on the internet that you know are not true. Like, how many fight dates have you put out that were not true? How many fights did you say were going to take place that you knew were going to take place that were not true? And for you guys just to sit there and lie on me and tell somebody that I was sued, just a lie. I know that you guys are a cabal of liars. You guys had to get together and time that lie and say, okay, you say it, then I say it, then I'm going to say it, then you say it, then you're going to say it. What is Jamison Childress a pig for? What did he do? This is funny, though. Yeah, it's almost done, though. I finished recording it already. Flow Master Hip Hop said, you're right. Tim Bradley was straight up hating on Tank. Yeah, he was. And then his top rank contract expired, and now he can tell the truth because he's no longer with ESPN, rather. Yeah, man, it's a shame. I've seen a whole lot of people come into this business and just do it only because they want to have a name, and these guys aren't making any money on their channels, so they got to get other people to pay them to say stuff. Can somebody pay? I'll take a $5 super chat to lie on somebody in a minute, right? For a fool who have a burner account, makes them look sus as fuck. Can't somebody exactly? Crawford and #1 Usyk according to the rankings. What is this? What rankings are you talking about? Absolutely. Makes you look terrible. Although Crawford's pound for pound #1 and you don't want to see him fight Canelo. No, I don't want to see him fight Canelo. No, I don't. I do not care to see him fight Canelo. No, I think it's a sham. And pound for pound is not a real thing. If Monster Inoue was #1 pound for pound, would you want to see Monster Inoue fight Terence Crawford? Otho Jones. Otho Jones. No, I mean, you can say he's #1 pound for pound. I don't care. I would have him as number one pound for pound. I don't think I ever took him off of that. Man, let me tell you something. They all some funny looking niggas. Am I the only one who thinks that dude looks like Popeye Jones and Popeye shaved his head? Look, Popeye Jones is one of the ugliest niggas ever to walk the face of the earth. While Blue Blood is definitely an unattractive Negro, I wouldn't even put him so far as to say Popeye Jones. Only person I know uglier than Popeye Jones is that guy over there on the Spit Bucket podcast. That's the only guy that I know really I can be like, yeah, that dude is fugly. Nah, for real, that niggas is fugly, bro. I know what, I need to be careful because I don't want to get in any type of accident where I get my face messed up or something and I be all fugly. And then I got to feel bad because I called somebody fugly. But seriously, man, they fugly. Them niggas is fugly and they mad about it. You know, 50 plus years of being that ugly must have, created some type of inner struggle. My love for boxing had me checking out all the boxing channels, and it's MM, Ego, and Ross, the ones I listened to once all the smoke's cleared. Manager Marty, Ego, and Ross. If Ross still got his channel, salute to that dude Ross. He's putting in work from the beginning. I don't usually get. Hey, look, man, these guys are all media people, and they think they're slick. They all work to have a unified message, and they have to be contracting with people to be putting this crap out. They have to be. Who got hair implants? You mean a guy with his hairline like right here? Anyway, I don't want to talk crazy about his hair. I think that's his hair. What's up, Chris Trucker? These unadorable ass Negroes. What's going on to Chris Trucker, man? Good to see you, brother. It's been a minute. Always good to see you, man. Always good to see you. Always good to see you. But look, for real, I need to know something, man. How many of y'all believe that Devin Haney is juicing? I just want to know how many people believe it. Not whether you know it's true or not. I want to know who believes that Devin Haney is on juice. Easy number one says yes. 1. Me, Kentrell LeGroux. Cardenas is another one. Ego said, I do, can't lie. For Crawford to jump to 168 and be considered number one in that weight class shows this pound for pound shit is crazy. Yeah, ain't no he can't be. He said, hey, Mr. Martin, that's not Blue Blood's real hair. That's a lace front fade breeded wig. You know, it looks like a wig. It definitely looks like a wig. I've seen him up close. His hairline's like all the way down here. I don't know. I just know the nigga ugly. That's all I can say. Devin is definitely on that juice, still can't punch. He said, he on that. Steroids, that's where I see Bud. Catherine Davis, shout out to Catherine Davis. Haney definitely uses illegal practices. I work in the field of athletic training. It's humanly impossible to rehydrate 25 pounds after a fight without eight IVs or illegal practices. Devin is on something. So look, there's a lot of people that believe Devin is juicing. Is that reasonable to believe that just because he works for Victor Conti and he's able to dehydrate and rehydrate amazing amounts of weight, is that enough to suspect him of juicing? We don't have to know. I just want to know, is it enough to suspect you of it? Do you know what I mean? Kind of like if Bud puts on 20 pounds of muscle in 2 years and Errol puts a tweet out and says, it's crazy how somebody can sit out 2 years and put all this weight on. You know, When did Terence Crawford get to be so much bigger than Errol? When did that happen? When did Errol, because remember, Mark, Errol could never make 135. He could never make 140. He could never make 140. But somehow, miraculously, Terence Crawford turned into being bigger than Errol Spence Jr. By the time they fought, it took several years, but by the time they fought, Terence Crawford was literally bigger than Errol Spence Jr. was. It's amazing. That's why I'm saying it's like Super Bud. You know what I mean? Like Super Bud. I don't get that. It's just amazing how Bud was at 135, Errol's at 147. Errol is too big to make 140, way too big to make 135. But Bud can make 135. Fast forward a couple years later, and Bud is actually significantly bigger than Errol is. Is that enough to suspect something? It's enough for me to suspect it. Now, let me ask you a question, champ side. Are you going to lie and say that I'm going to get sued for saying what I just said, champ side? Are you going to be out here making up stories, champ side, about how I got sued, champ side? Huh, champ side? Man, champ side, you've been on that bullshit, and I've never addressed you personally. But for you to say I got sued, dog, you're a fucking little weasel, man. You're a little weasel, a little California weasel. Yes, Bud is a super ninja. I mean, for real. Bud was at 135. Bud made 135. Errol could not make 140. All of a sudden, Bud can't make weight classes that Errol can make. Bud is never going to be able to make 154 again. He's too big for 154 because he grew 20 pounds of muscle, or I'm sorry, 14 pounds of muscle. Chumpside has a short man complex. Oh, man, that little nigga. Woo-wee. I don't know. Super Bud. Yeah, hit the likes. More importantly, hit the Cash App. Yeah, please. So I can, ooh. Let me check some. I can't believe you local yokel ass Negroes. The funniest thing is how they said Errol held up the Bud fight. Bud and Victor was building his Tony Stark armor. Pretty much. That's what it looked like to me, pretty much. So anyway, let me repeat this answer. How was he able to cut down to 154 and rehydrate back up 16 pounds in a month before his 37th birthday? How is Haney able to rehydrate 20 to 25 pounds after weigh-ins? I mean, inquiring minds want to know, Victor Conti. You know what you should do, Victor Conti, so that nobody thinks that you're cheating? You should lay out the ingredients to snack. You should lay out the ingredients and tell everybody what you do. That's the type of transparency we need, Victor Conti. We need for you to let everybody know how you beat tests and let everybody know what is in snack and let everybody know what all your workout procedures are, and then have somebody audit you and watch you the entire time, Victor Conti. Otherwise, there's no real reason for us to trust you, Victor. I have to be honest, Victor. I can't think of any good reason to trust you. Not a single solitary one. Other than the fact, what's going on, 2 Cent? Other than the fact that you say that you're reformed. That's the only thing that I have to go on, is the fact that you say you're reformed. But there are people around you, Victor, that are looking juiced up. And it's okay for me to say looking juiced up. That's not defamation. That's not defamation. For me to say they look juiced up. That you can see, and you see this big ass back on this man. who did not have that big ass back 3 years ago. He didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? Snack program allows boxers to cut weight in days and rehydrate fast. The program is sneaky cheating program. Big Blood has the audacity to say he wasn't because he went from 25 to 54. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Yeah, but look, it's not the same. Hey, what it do? What it do, Fanon? Keep your foot on their necks. Victor Conte getting nervous. He's gonna tell, just like he did with Marion Jones. Yeah, they need to raid his gym. That's what they need to do. They need to raid him. They need to put pressure on Victor Conte and get these things out of this sport. And you need to, if he's gonna work in it, he need to work catching people, not setting up and helping people pass tests. Okay, Victor Conte, you are in the business of helping people pass tests. You shouldn't be in the business of helping people pass tests. Wow, you know it. He taking everybody down. That's what's up. What's going on, C. Anthony TV? He's taking everybody. Hey, I hope so. I hope he takes the whole crew down. You know what I really want? I want the YouTube channels to burn. That's what I want. I want the YouTube channels, these fake YouTube channels, these guys that act like, oh, hey, let me tell you, referring to yourself in I guess I did make my own nickname too. But I ain't going to call myself Fan, like Punch, your boy Punch. What's damn? The fact Victor responding to YouTube channels just showing he's guilty. Look, we all know that you guys need to get out of boxing. What is the purpose of testing all sports or cheating? Well, the purpose is to test people so that people don't get killed in the ring by fighting somebody that is a juiced up monster in the ring. That's okay, cool. I got you. Thank you. Sent you Gary Russell, Lamont Roach exchange. Thank you very much. Lamont, hey, I hope they fight. Gary gonna whoop. Dog, that shit would be funny if Gary fought Lamont Roach and whooped Lamont Roach. Put my money. I got my money on Gary Russell Jr. over Lamont Roach, by the way, if that fight happens. Who you guys got? Haney was the side of GGG fighting 130-pound guys. Look, Devin Haney, honestly, is kind of irrelevant right now. Because Devin could be on juice. He still ain't going to hurt nobody. Oh, that the testing, that they gave a bad test result. They leaked a bad test result for Terence Crawford. Otho Jones, get out of here, bro. He couldn't make 140 because he's too big for 140. Arrow was never 140 dog, you just be making shit up. Otho, I can't go with you, bro. You just made that shit up. you kind of made that one up. Anyway, no, he could never make 140 because he's too big for 140. No. Drinking is not the reason that he couldn't make 140. No. It may have been the reason why he had a harder time. JD said, Mr. Martin, who do you got, Norman Jr. or Haney? I got Norman Jr. I got Brian Norman Jr. I'm rooting for Brian Norman Jr. to knock out Devin Haney. Seriously. Seriously, really knock his ass out. I want to see Devin Haney's ass absolutely positively knocked the fuck out. That's who I got, Brian Norman over Devin Haney. I'm being serious. That's not crazy. I got Brian Norman over Devin Haney. Devin Haney looks scary. He looks scared. He doesn't act like he wants to fight. I don't think he wants to fight, to tell you the truth. If the fight happens, face down, ass up, yeah. Oh, he said a lawsuit coming after KO Haney. Hey, by the way, Bill, I certainly hope you're not behind that lawsuit ploy. Bill, I hope you're not behind that lawsuit ploy, Bill. I certainly hope that you are not behind that pump fake, that bullshit lawsuit, dude. You seem to be the type of guy that would do some shit like that, Bill. You seem like you're Mr. Think you're the fucking puppet master that can fix and solve all these problems, Bill. Because you must be getting money from somewhere, Bill. Because your son ain't panning out, Bill. And all of a sudden you're buddied up next to now you're buddying up next to Terence, and I get some bullshit sent to my house accusing me of some shit that's ridiculous, Bill. And you got your little fat sissy boy over there talking crazy too. Come on now. Catherine Davis, I guess what Shakur Stevens is on it too. He's too loud in talking. He can beat Tank. Shakur is on Crawford's bottom. I'm sick of Keyshawn, Crawford, Shakur, and they damn coach. Damn, Bill, somebody is being peeped. No, I'm just telling you. That it seems like some shit that Bill Haney would do. Try to concoct some cornball shit and try to intimidate somebody. Because I told you, Bill, who would win a lie off Bill and Blue? That shit would just never end. That shit would never end. That would be like, you know what I'm saying? That's like, it would never end. It would never end. They would lie and then he would lie and they don't have any conscience. So it would never stop. If I really had to guess, I would think Blue Blood is probably the bigger liar because he's lying just out the blue. Remember, Fanon, Bill is the one who told Bud to fight Canelo. I'm just telling you, I wouldn't put it past Devin. I wouldn't put it past Bill to try to put some concocted bullshit out there like that because he thinks he can solve some shit. For real, Bill, it better not have been you, Bill. Because I already told you niggas on Twitter, and I mean this shit. Bro, my people ain't going to be around forever to keep me off your ass, boy. You know what I mean? Like, for real, I'm already surprised you niggas is still around. I'm really surprised. Like, I'm like, every day I wake up checking the news, like, I know something's finna happen to Bill. Every day I wake up hoping. Did something happen to Bill Haney today? Did he get hit by a car? Did somebody walk up and smack him in the mouth? You know what I mean? Shit like that. Did his plane crash? I be thinking all kind of shit bad can happen to Bill. Every day, waiting for the shit to happen. He said, hold up, wait. Hold up, wait, man. Against Hold Up King. Bill ain't, hey, for now. I didn't see the proposed card. What's the proposed card? Let me get it. What is this shit? Okay. No, I don't see it. I'll take it though. I don't see it. Come on. If you send it to me again, I'll see it. Can you put it to the front? Because I got a lot of emails, if you don't mind. Keith Thurman and Virgil Ortiz and Frank Martin and the dude Tio just. Oh, okay. Oh, I like that. Keith Thurman and Virgil Ortiz, I take that. Frank Martin versus the dude Tio just fought. Oh, I'll take that. I like that, man. I really do like that, man. First of all, I'm turning more and more into an Oscar De La Hoya fan every day. Like, I fucks with Oscar De La Hoya. I'll definitely take it here. Let me. Give me a second, come on. Dude, getting on your tits, nigga. Get your sweetie pie ass the fuck out of here, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you think. All right, I got it. Come on. Okay. Okay, that's good shit. Keith Thurman and Virgil Ortiz could be in October. Frank Martin and Barboza in talks. Okay, I like that. I like both those fights a lot. I like them both. Fanon, they thought you were going to run away with your tail between your legs, but I see you front and center, loud and clear. Look, bro, these dudes try this cornball shit on me all the time. Flow Master Hip Hop. They're not trying to do that to me. They're trying to keep me from having any new subscribers or anybody support me. Much love in the Cash App, man. Thank you for the $2 holler. Leslie Johnson with the $2 holler says, can I get unblocked? You got it. Yeah, let me know. Got you, man. Got you. Come on. Oh, I'll take that. All right, cool. I could be called. Let me see. I called the minister asking him to make peace between Fanon and Blue Blood. Before he hung on me, he said to have a better chance of finding a beach in the Arctic. Oh, yeah, fuck him. Full-fledged. I have no time for that dude. Let me tell you something, man. To this point, let me tell you why I would never fuck with that dude ever in my life. Because if I did, something would be wrong with me. There are certain people and certain types of people that when they prove themselves, that you shouldn't have anything to do with whatsoever. Anybody that calls him a friend is super suspect in my book. I don't care, because there's something for you to befriend a person like that. There's got to be something wrong with you. I am never going to compromise to the point where I would hang out with a scumbag like that. That dude has lied and lied and lied and lied and lied some more, lied some more and lied some more and lied some more. There's no way I would befriend somebody like that. And I'm telling you, anybody that befriends him, you gotta wonder about him. Like, how can you know this guy's lying, but yet you can stand there and listen to him lie? That's like, how can you guys defend Victor Conte? You know Victor Conte's Victor's a cheat. You know he's a cheat. Terence is working with a cheat. But you guys act like it's oh no, it's so far-fetched that you think you can intimidate me with a piece of paper? If Conte gets past Vada, why is he allowed in boxing? Because there's no governing body to keep him out. That's why. The reason, first of all, though, the WBC bringing Vada into the sport was the first step of the problem. The fact that the WBC allowed him to have a contract and Vada to have a contract with the WBC was the very first problem. That was the first problem. The WBC let him in the door. That if the WBC said, no, we're not going to deal with Vada because Victor Conte's involved, then we wouldn't be listening to him. But Mauricio Sulaiman did that. Mauricio Sulaiman in the WBC hold a lot of blame for what took place with Victor Conte, in my personal opinion. And I think that is a very, very fair thing to say. about the situation. I blame Mauricio Suleiman or the WBC. They should have never allowed Victor Conti to be the spokesperson, to work for an organization with Victor Conti as the spokesperson. You shouldn't. It just seems like boxing is so corrupt that you guys don't care. Because boxing is like Haiti and Somalia, the Wild West. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it's got to be, you know? He said he does. Let me tell you something, man. The dude is fake as look. He's a very, very good liar. Blue Blood is a very, very skilled liar. The way Los from the Jungle, what is that? Los from the Jungle said, WBC, World Boxing Corruption. Von Flo said, I'll never bring his name up again. Good morning, Fanon, but that man really sat there and called you. Bro, Von Flo. Please, let me tell you why. You know why he said that? Because I called him that. He said that because I called him that. He called me that probably because I called him that. The only problem is, bro, that, you know, it's not true with me. With you, though, bro, come on, man. You know you niggas is man fans. What's going on, Bruce Bud? He said Blue Blood called Fanon that because Fanon has no problem getting women. Blue Blood pays for fan subs and escorts. Oh, yeah. By the way, Blue Blood, I've never had to offer anybody any money to subscribe to my channel. Everybody knows Fanon is married and has a son. I'm married and I got 2 children. But anyway, it don't matter. If you thought I was, it wouldn't make no difference because I don't. It is what it is. Y'all know though, sweetie pie. You know who got the buttered buns, bro. Hey, I'm not the one running around with Turkey Al-Sheikh, bro. I'm not the one trying to find a way to hold hands with Turkey Al-Sheikh. You Negroes are out here calling that man your excellency. You call a man in a dress your excellency. All right, that's all right, but Von Flo. Hey, P Flame, thank you, bro. Look, man, I don't mind that you guys call me that. That's fine, whatever. It doesn't make a difference to me. Wonder what they did for that turkey birthday. Man, Turkey Al-Sheikh is out here making everybody wish him a happy birthday. What a bunch of punks. Anyway, I guess he called me gay, bro. God, dog, that's nasty. Get out of here, man. Bye. No. Oh, no, man. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, Fame, I'll see you later, buddy. Yeah. Anyway, these guys lie on me a lot. I'm sure they've said a lot of lies about me. I'm not letting something slide, bro. Master Flow from Hip Hop, bro. I don't give a fuck if you guys you could call me a frog. What the fuck do I care? If a bunch of lying ass niggas call me something, they're already lies. Blue Blood is what you call a liar, okay? Why would you believe? First of all, I wish, let me put it this way. But Blue Blood Sports TV lies like a rug. So I say something about him, he's lied constantly. If you choose to believe something Blue Blood says, good for you. Makes no difference to me. Catherine Davis said, tell Crawford to serve me those papers. I'm the one who said he's on juice. The dude been on that shit since Errol Spence fight. Never liked Crawford since the first day I looked at him like a snake. I will tell you that Bud Crawford, I don't know whether Bud Crawford is juicing or not. I don't know if he is or he's not. He looks like he is, though. That's the best I can say, is that he looks like he is. Without a doubt, Bud looks like he's juicing. The scenario looks like it looks like it. Are you going to try to get me for defamation, you dumbass, for saying that I think he looks like that? Anyway, yeah, the little poot butt boys, when they tried to kick me out and tried to ruin my name, yeah, they claimed they started throwing a bunch of lies around about me, just like Daniel Kinahan threw a bunch of lies around about me. These niggas acted like I was going to be dead. I was dead and gone. I was going to be in the hospital for the rest of my life. It's such a shame how we've lost Fanon. All that bullshit. And then you got these sissies calling me a sissy. Come on, man. They're sissies. Hit dog hollers, and what do you call that shit? You call it projection. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are just wild ass people, bro. Man, thank you for the 20 day. What is this? Oh, I'll accept it. Oh, I'll accept. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Terrell. I agree with you 100%. That was the nature of my live. Oh. Okay, so Punch Drunk didn't say, thank you, I appreciate you, Punch Drunk. Punch Drunk just hit me in the Cash App. Thank you, Punch Drunk, I appreciate you. Mr. Moonshine said that I agree with you 100%. That was the nature of my live. Thank you, Punch Drunk, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for clearing that up, bro. I respect that, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Because I didn't hear the live. Only thing I saw was the title. And to your credit, Punch Drunk, you had a question mark in there. I will let you know, though, for sure, I am not been sued by anybody. Because I guarantee you, brother, I did not defame a soul. Anyway, let's get off this shit. Look, let me tell you something, midget. Let me get on something for a second. Because I want to talk like I got some sense. Look, midget. There's nothing you're going to do that is ever going to bother me, you little midget. And I mean all you little midgets. Appreciate you clearing that up, Punch Drunk. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. What's going on, Arena? NFC Militia, we salute Punch Drunk. Also, Savon, thank you. General Defcon Go Gorilla. Okay, appreciate it. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. No, I did not defame anybody. And I can explain to you guys the law behind defamation again. If I have an opinion or I do not know something not to be true, it's not defamation, brother, because you're a celebrity, bud. You're a celebrity, bud. You're a celebrity. So none of that works, man. None of that works. 1010 is a 1010. It's 1010. Shout out 1010. Oh, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Oh, so say, oh, well, fuck the ops then for now. I'm riding with you. Yeah, look. Said Blue is definitely going to catch a fist in the mouth of him and Tim Bradley. Look, man, I don't know why you're mad about Tim Bradley when somebody would be mad about Tim Bradley telling the truth. Tim Bradley told the truth, and he's 100% right. Gervonta Davis is a Hall of Famer. When you judge people based off what their fighters do after you fight them, Gervonta Davis is beating guys that moved up 2 weight divisions and won world championships. You guys just did a very, very good job on tearing down every single solitary Gervonta Davis opponent. There's not been a single Gervonta Davis opponent that has not been torn down by these guys. You know, hey, Punch Drunk, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, bro. And for that, I won't clown too much. I appreciate you though, brother. It's hilarious. But anyway, let me put a link in the chat in case anybody want to chop it up. We've been here for about an hour. Seriously, though, really and truly, I appreciate that, Punch Drunk. I appreciate you saying that. What's up, Chillville? What's going on with your big noob? Hope you're doing well. The #1 Bud fan. Oh, did I miss this? Chumpside said they put a lawsuit on a YouTuber too. That video you made about Manager Marty is why I was telling you about when I hopped on. Oh, the video that you made about Manager Marty is what I was telling you about when I hopped on. Oh, okay. Yeah, bro, look, I have not been sued by anybody. Sam Austin says, Shalom, Fanon. What did Red Blood Boy Boxing say? I don't know. I never listened to the guy. I have to be told after the fact. I don't listen to the guy because he's bad he's bad juju, bro. Like every time I would try to listen to him, it irritates me because #1, he doesn't say shit he doesn't really say shit. He'll say, like, to me, I don't get that. Like, why are you telling me a bunch of irrelevant ass facts about the guy to go 4 or 5 minutes? But whatever, man. Ain't nobody suing nobody. Exactly. Can I join the link? I got Sam Ostin. Yes, you can. There you go, Sam Ostin. You can hit the link. Yes, Sam Ostin. You got a wrench, so you can hit the link. I go away. What up, man? Keys to the gang. What up, man? He said, I go away for a little bit and all hell breaks loose. I'm trying to catch up, Slew Fanon, and the entire Fanon International Boxing. By the end of, the fighter's blood type. That shit is the dumbest. First of all, bro, the dude is just fuck that nigga. That's all I can say. I mean, I really don't know what I can say other than that. Fuck him. And fuck everybody that likes him. Because if you like him, something's wrong with you. That's where I am. It's like if you fuck with Victor Conte, something's wrong with you. Without a doubt. If you hire Victor Conte, there's something wrong with you. I'm not saying if you get a sponsorship from Snack, right? If you get a sponsorship from Snack and you don't get any type of enhancements or anything, and you're not working with Victor Conte in that way, okay. But if you're actually working with Victor Conte in your camp to do work in your camp, bro, you look shady as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You cannot escape a certain amount of shadiness, bro. You really can't. You cannot escape it. The shadiness of a certain level of people connect you with shadiness. You know what I mean? And it would be unreasonable if people didn't suspect you. It's not just reasonable to suspect Victor Conte. It's unreasonable not to suspect Victor Conte. Like okay, I got you, Sam. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on? From the top of the morning to you, bro.
Top of the morning to you, brother.
Hey, I got 2 quick questions off the Bud. Not talking about Bud or talking about Red Blood. Man, what you think about Clarissa trying to fight Layla, man? I ain't too big on that. And that fight that's coming up in November, man, who you got, Benavidez or Yardy? Now, that's going to be a motherfucker for us, man.
Benavidez by stoppage. Benavidez by stoppage. He about to thump that boy's ass up.
So, you think Canelo going to give him his run? What's that, May 5th in May next year?
Do I think he'll give Benavidez a run? No. Never. Nope. Man, but I got, what was the first part? What was the first question?
Layla and Clarissa, man. I see Layla back at the gym. She said, I got to go get that 15 mil.
She say she going to do it?
I don't know. I think it's a lot of, like, fake news that be on, you know what I'm talking about, YouTube and all that.
So there's a lot of that.
Yeah, I just got to check you out. And then back to Red Blood. Man, it got to be the corniest dude ever, man. I'm talking about, I don't know if he coming or going. I don't know. He ain't even on my algorithm or nothing, man. But I just wanted to get your thoughts about that, Clarissa and Layla. And then you said Benavidez by stoppage.
I got Benavidez. What is this? I got Benavidez by stoppage.
Uh-huh.
And Clarissa, man, I don't want to see Layla fight Clarissa. Like,
Thank you for
that's my
not.
girl. Layla Ali is like my girl. That's my homie. That's like, you know what I mean? So
Hey,
it's like, I'm such a big fan of Layla. I don't want to see her jump out there and get beat up by Clarissa. The only thing that is really kind of safe is that Clarissa don't really hit that hard. And Layla Ali's a lot bigger than she is. Like a
hey,
lot bigger than she is.
and I grew up on Layla, you know what I'm saying? I'm a late 80s baby, early 90s knucklehead. So that was our,
Yeah.
yeah. So when the coal miner's daughter wanted some smoke, she didn't want that smoke either. So Layla just put them on. I mean, she hung them up. But Clarissa, baby girl, pump your brakes. Just pump your brakes. Go chill with Pap. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go live it up. And now just leave Layla alone. Like, why you feel like you got to be here to be the GWOAT? Come on, baby. You already the GWOAT. You got every damn belt that we known a man. And the only thing, how can we start the protest for to get the women to fight 3-minute rounds? Because them 2-minute round shits, oh my God.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Zulu. Layla Ali's mother did not stay here to tell her to stay in the kitchen. It was the other wife,
Yeah,
Belinda. Yeah,
yeah. That
Belinda
ain't
said that.
that ain't
Yeah.
Layla mama. Nah.
Layla's mama is that fine one, Victoria Porsche. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Layla's mom is that dime piece one.
The other lady hating. Yeah, she had I wanted to get her ass. I'm like, wait a minute, what is you hating for?
Yeah,
What's
she's the
going
one with
on?
that son. She's the one that she's Muhammad Ali Jr.'s mother, the one that said that shit.
Oh, so I wonder if she's
Yeah,
trying to be the
Belinda.
one connected to the grandson. You know, somebody the one from
Yeah,
Cuba or something like that.
no, I don't know what she. You know the son that don't look shit like Ali. Like his son don't look nothing like that man. But the Muhammad Ali Jr.'s mother is the one that said that about Layla. Because you know he got like, first of all, truth be told, Ali got a shitload of kids that are above the board and below the board. You may just be walking down the street and walk into one of his kids. Who knows how many kids he got?
That's
But of the
straight
ones
up.
that are of the married ones, the ones that had married ones, nah, I think that chick Belinda was just talking all that shit. Layla is the Nico sister is by a second wife of the second wife or something. Nico is Layla Ali's nephew. Yeah, I don't know. He got a bunch of kids.
Yeah,
I'm in Chicago. That nigga got kids running around in Chicago. Niggas don't even know it's his kids.
not for real. But what we got to do to get these women to fight 3-minute rounds, man? Like they train 3 minutes
Yes.
and then the boxing commission, oh, y'all fight 2-minute rounds. That's not right. I thought it's supposed to be DEI. Thought they wanted to be the same as men around here, man.
You
And I
know,
think,
he
hey,
said, "What happened to that?"
straight up, look, that's why I think Clarissa be losing because like it's like she pacing herself at a different pace, like she fighting 3-minute rounds. That's what it looked like. Cause shoot, when she started sitting down and going to the body, ooh, man, it sounded like a little Earl Spence in the ring the other day.
Yes, sir. Hold on, let me see
Yeah.
something. I want to make sure. All right, so Ali had 4 wives. Sonia Roy, who I don't think she had any kids by. Belinda Boyd. That's Belinda Boyd. Belinda Boyd was the one talking shit. And Veronica Porsche is the last is the one with Layla. And then I think he's got a couple kids by yeah, they had Miriam, Jalila, Rashida, and Muhammad Jr. And then in 1977, Veronica Porsche had the other one. But on the real, I ain't gonna lie, bro. A lot of them kids don't look. I think they jumbled them kids up, but because some of them kids don't look shit. Some of them look like them, some of them don't.
I'm talking about Layla, the only one that I ever knew of. You just put me on something, bro. I got to go do me some more research. I ain't even
Yeah,
know
he got
no
a bunch
Muhammad
of
Ali
babies,
Jr.
bro. Yeah,
That's
he got a
crazy.
bunch of babies. He got a daughter in Chicago that's so pretty. It's ridiculous. But they don't go, but they don't all talk about being his kids. But he got a lot of kids, man. That dude
Yeah.
got a lot of kids.
Oh, praises, man. That's crazy, man. That's
You know
crazy.
how it is, man. That dick probably couldn't duck no coochie, you know?
Hey, for real. And then what do you say? He's a Muslim. I
Yes,
think he's
sir.
a Muslim.
And they can have a bunch of wives. Hold on, Kenneth Wyatt. I think you're breaking up, Kenneth. You're breaking up.
What do you say?
Yeah, you good? You got anything else, Sam? You good?
Nah, that's it, bro. That's all I wanted to do for none. I sure appreciate you. I'll holler at you in a minute,
All right,
bro.
anytime, brother. Get back.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. David Lynch, what's up? Come on, what up, David?
Hey, what's going on, Fanon?
Everything good, man. I can't complain, brother. How are you, man?
Oh man, I'm blessed. Give thanks and praises. You
Yes,
know?
sir.
What's
Yes,
up,
sir.
Kamal?
What's up, David? We're here to fight the good fight, man. Because unlike Shaqap, who ran away from the De Los Santos rematch after saying he would show the world what a healthy Shakur Stevenson could do to De Los Santos, unlike Haney, who ran away from the Lomachenko rematch, like he ran away from Shakur in the ring, Tank is about that action. He wants the Lamont Roach rematch. So
Oh, true that.
tell me, corporate media and Tank haters, that you don't have higher expectations for Tank than the guys that you say are better and fought better competition than Tank without telling me. You think you, with your own actions and beliefs, corporate media and the YouTube echo chamber, some of you are paid off. You yourselves think that Tank is a better fighter and he has more dog in him than the guys you say is better. Tell me without telling me. The best things are left unsaid. Your thoughts are more determined by your actions than your words. And tell me what you really think about Gervonta Tank Davis. As my guy KO says, they ain't built like that, homie.
Nah, he ain't. Nah, he ain't. Matter of fact, them want to be like Tank. You might as well start doing commercials. I want to be like Tank. If I could be like Tank, walking around getting the same grills, one of our Chrome Heart now. You know what I mean? The only difference between him and Tank is that he go and pay for his women. Tank don't. That's a little something he learned from his daddy. But my
You
thing
hold
is
on,
this,
Devin.
man.
You
Who you
hold
say
on
for
one second.
now?
Hold on one second. Go. I said, no, no. I gotta. Don't ignore me, man. I gotta. Somebody said to respond to Sharif Abdul comment. Keep going, man. I'm sorry.
All right, man. No, but the thing that get me is the hypocrisy of these fools. Here it is, Tank sitting up here just being the best that he could be, 10 toes down, standing tall, and they just mad because they can't draw, they can't make money. You know what I mean? The only way they can make money is to go ahead, sell themselves out, so they have no dignity at all. And then you have these guys who are sitting around getting paid just to make hit pieces on other content creators. You know what I mean? By the so-called wannabe powers that be. I think that it's it's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? You ready to drag somebody named through the mud, make up any lie that you can. They sitting around, like me and Fanon said, they sitting around in the little kebab just trying to have their little lies and figure out what lie they're gonna come up with. You know what I mean? All right, you try to divide the father from the son. That didn't work because they real men. Real men communicate about their problems. They work it out. They go ahead and they come to an agreement. Pussified female side men, they just go ahead, nag on, and go back and forth like a bunch of uneducated women fighting in the street or whatever. Nah, Tank ain't built like that. We ain't built like that in B-Born. Yeah, sure, we do probably have some cats like that here, but for the most part, stand up men, men's men is men's men. We don't do that. We don't do that shit. You know what I mean? And that's how these guys remind me of. That's what they look like. If you put the picture to them, it'll be like looking at a Jerry Springer show. The way these guys are going now in social media, attacking each other and just coming up with the biggest lies. And another thing I'm getting tired of seeing boxers' dads doing live interviews. yapping and yapping. So a whole lot of them be capping. I'm tired of that, yo. Just let it be about what you do in the ring. They want to say that this is part of promotion for their fighter or their son and their fights, but clearly it's another way to do things. You know what I mean? And Ting
Yes,
proves
sir.
the point that when you're silent, it speaks volumes. So that when he do post something, it goes multi-viral. You know what I mean? And I'm just still can't get over the fact that Lamont Roach has did his third reaction video to to the fight video. You can't get no lamer than this. How you gonna do a
What Lamar
reaction
do?
video? He did a reaction video last night on Twitch to the fight that he already did a reaction video to previously. Because PBC dropped the fight on YouTube. I was like, you can't get no lamer than that. What you going to see different that you didn't see the first two times you watched the fight? In actuality, you're going to see the fact that a lot of his punches missed, and that Tank won that fight to me 7-5. That's why, you know what I mean? And I believe that the judges cheated them on the scorecard because they penalized him for that knee. And it's ridiculous to me. But it's still, people believe Tank lost, and they say he lost because he took a knee. You don't lose because you take a knee. You lose because you get knocked out. And then for the second part, it's up to the referee's discretion if he's going to penalize you for that. And the ref found there was no need to penalize him. And the board backed him up after the fight, backed up the referee's decision because they saw the replay of his braid hitting his eye. He thought it was grease from sweat, but it was his braid hit him in the eye. And it wasn't even from a punch, it was from evading a punch, that weak jab, you know? But I digress on that. The last number one thing, another thing I want to talk about is Layla always stays in the gym. Always. That could have been an old video of her in the gym. She's always in the gym. When she started boxing, she never stopped. You know what I mean? It's at times she be in there with her son. You know what I mean? The one who looked just like Ali at a young age. You know, she be in the gym with him at times. 'Cause I think he does karate or he's in the MMA. You know, but
Mm-hmm.
hey, man, it is what it is, man. Cats is getting wild out here. No, hey, come on. Do you know anything about Top Rank working on a card with Golden Boy in which they trying to put Keith Thurman up with Virgil Ortiz,
Yeah,
and I
that's
forgot.
that's the PBC rumor PBC Golden Boy card, where it's Virgil Ortiz, Keith Thurman, Virgil Ortiz, and it's what's his name, the dude who just lost to Tijo. What's his name?
Barboza.
Barbosa, Arnold Barbosa,
Mm,
and Frank Martin. Is those are the two of the rumored fights for the card? Yeah, that's in the rumor mills right now that card is coming. PBC versus Golden Boy. They could actually make better fights than that. Personally, like I'd rather
mm-hmm.
see Jermel Charlo versus Virgil Ortiz. They could put that in Texas Stadium. That's a bigger fight, and
Yeah.
and Jermel's established at 154. He's coming off the Canelo fight, but that was a long time ago. And that it's a bigger fight to make there, right there. So that to me, that's a better fight than Thurman. Even though I will take Thurman versus Virgil. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it. I think that I'd rather see if you put it in Texas Stadium. I'd go to the card and it would sell out. Jermel versus Virgil.
Uh, I think that'll be a good fight. Keith Thurman always brings it when when he steps into the ring, you know. And I definitely want to see the Charlo brother definitely get back in there. You know what I mean? I want to see another fight. You know what I mean? He still has some rust he need to get up off. You know what I mean? because he been out for a minute. He still got a little bit of ring rust, but I definitely want to see him in the ring, especially doing his head into, getting deeper into the 154 division. You know what I mean? Because that's a hotbed right now. You know, I don't know
Yes.
what Boots doing.
Oh, well, it's 154 is probably the deepest division right now in terms of sharks. Another thing, I guess Jaime Mugia is going to get off for the failed drug test because I haven't heard any punishment for him. So let's make Jamal Charlo versus Jaime Mugia. We were supposed to get that fight until Oscar blocked it so that he could have Jaime be another soft touch for Canelo. Wait, hey, mission accomplished. Jaime lost to Canelo. So add to the card Jamal Charlo, who's back, who got his tune up. Caleb Plant, we don't know what's up with him because he lost to Resendez. Make Jaime Munguia versus him. Switching to Boots, David and Fanon. David, you brought up a great point. I'm going to criticize Boots for re-signing with Eddie Hearn because I think it was short-sighted. He could have, we talk about Al Heyman wanting a conversation, or that's the guy on Twitter is really good that said that that's what they were waiting for. The Inneses were waiting for. Hey, but you could have called Louis DeCubis up. Louis DeCubis is really high in PBC. He is actually a promoter of record for a lot of these guys. You could have called Louis DeCubis up. You could call Samson Lukowitz up, and you could have signed with them. So you're re-signing with Eddie Hearn, and this is what I don't like. Okay, and I'm not criticizing Boots directly. I'm criticizing Eddie Hearn because he plays these games, the same things he did with Wilder, where he's like he sends a low ball offer, then says you have some artificial day or time frame to agree to it, like 24 hours. And so now you're putting that in front of a guy like Josh Kelly, who nobody wants to see Boots fight, and he's claiming you're lowballing him. So we're not even gonna probably get a fight that nobody wants to see in Josh Kelly. So it's gonna be even worse than that for Boots' first fight. So looking at the rankings, and for now you can pull up the rankings here at 154. I'm just spitballing of who I think could be Boots' first fight at 154 because Eddie Hearn's games of lowballing and calling people ducks is something that's tried and true. And unfortunately, when you re-sign with Eddie Hearn, you become a part of that. I mean, I differentiate Boots, him and his behavior from Eddie Hearn, but it is kind of one of those things where it's guilt by association. So we saw where, at this point, you got to compare Boots to Crawford re-signing with Top Rank. You got to compare Boots to Boo Boo Andre re-signing with him. And Boo Boo Andre was fighting guys like Walter Katandakwa. He was fighting guys like that Artur Avakov guy, looks like Wolverine, the Chechnyan guy. He was fighting guys like Liam Williams, fighting guys like Jason Quigley. I mean, that's the path you got to think Boots is on because all the heat is at 154. So if you pull up the rankings, and I'm looking at the rankings right now.
Hey, come on,
Yeah.
real quick. Let me make sure I get Kenneth Watts because he keeps coming in and out.
Okay, go ahead.
You there, Kenneth? You there? Kenneth, I guess you can't hear me, man. All right, go ahead. Come on.
Yeah, so Fanon, if you pull up the rankings, and David, I'm going through the rankings too. If you think that unless they come back with what quote unquote Josh Kelly would say is a proper offer, quote unquote, I mean, I'm looking at the 154 rankings. Who do I think that Jerron is most likely going to fight due to Eddie Hearn's games? I think he's going to fight guys like, looking at the rankings, you got a guy I've never heard of, Bakari Samake. I assume he's from Africa. That's somebody Boots could fight. He's in the top 15 of the IBF. So you got Fridus Rojas. Again, another guy I haven't heard of. That's somebody that Boots could fight in his first fight. There is, I don't know if I'm going to butcher this guy's name, Kyle Mean Agyarko. This is the IBF top 15. He's number 13 in the IBF. There's Ardriel Holmes. He's never heard of him. Top 15 of the IBF. Uisima Lima. That's somebody he could fight. Here's a name that he could also fight. Fits the profile of what Eddie Hearn could get, but maybe Eddie Hearn lowballs him. Callum Walsh. He's a UK guy, domestic level guy. That fits the guy that Andre was fighting when he was under Eddie Hearn. A lot of the profiles. Andre was on a United Nations tour, and Eddie Hearn at the time when Andre re-signed with them, at least I could give Andre more credit than I could give Boots, because at the time when Andre signed with him, all the belts were over there with DAZN. I mean, and you had Bum Lovkin, who was actually being handled by Eddie Hearn, and you had Clanello. And Clanello at the time said he wanted to be undisputed at middleweight. So at least you only had Jamal Charlo at PBC, but Jamal didn't have a belt. So Andre theoretically was in position for bigger fights. Those guys just ducked him like the plague. With Boots, all the fights are at 154 are over there with the PBC, except for Virgil Ortiz. But again, Virgil Ortiz is a good fight. He's not a big fight. He doesn't have a belt. So again, and we've already seen Turkey Al Sheikh handicap you, kneecap you, drag your reputation through the mud for saying you ducked Virgil Ortiz. So why are you? And we know that Eddie Hearn is virtually a wholesale affiliate of Turkey Al Sheikh. He's basically dependent on Turkey Al Sheikh. So Eddie Hearn is not going to defend you the way you need to be defended in the public. So again, I don't understand re-signing with Eddie Hearn. I mean, just looking over this list, Fanon, I hope you're looking at this list and top 15 names that Boots could fight. It could be any of these guys. Andreas Katsarakis, never heard of the guy. Eddie Hearn probably calls him up. There's Ishmael Flores, Emeka Nuakolo, Dennis Norja, Alex Bray, Brandon Adams. We've seen Brandon Adams fight Jamal Charlo. That could be a guy that
back
Boots
in the
fights.
day. I saw that fight, Brandon Adams and Charlo. I was there.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad fight, because actually Brandon Adams beat Beck the Bully. So that would actually be a decent fight if they could get that done. There's also, Charles Conwell is coming off a loss, so I don't think he'd fight Boots. Golden Boy put him in with Boots. There's some guy named, I'm not going to butcher his name, Ermal Hadrabiaj. Never heard of the guy. Never heard of the guy. I mean, these are the type of fights, if we're looking at Eddie's track record with African-American fighters, Boo Boo Andre, and how he's handled those guys in the past, these are the kind of names that Boots is going to fight with his first fight at 154. And it's really sad. Adrian Marcelo Sasso, Julian Vogel, Milan Pratt. I mean, these are the top 15 in the sanctioning bodies at 154. I'll also throw out there, maybe PBC sends over Terrell Goucher. Terrell Goucher's a name. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad fight. That'd be better than all the names that I just threw out there. Maybe a Jorge Cota, somebody like that. Maybe they get a Philly fight, and this wouldn't be bad either. I mean, he's a 147 pounder, but maybe they call up Speedy Rashidi, all Philly fight for Boots, and bring Speedy Rashidi up to 154 and see that fight. That would be better than these names I'm mentioning. But again, the move that Boots made to re-sign with Eddie Hearn, first of all, signing with Eddie Hearn was a bad move, because I mentioned those guys weren't really ducking on the PBC side, weren't really ducking Boots. Cody Crowley had the eye injury. The doctors kept him out. It was the same thing that Errol Spence had. Cody Crowley couldn't fight. He was signed to fight Boots. So Cody Crowley fights under Mayweather Promotions. So he was medically disqualified. We saw Stanionis wasn't a champion when Boots was elevated, because only the IBF and Daryl Peoples do the right thing. So you sign with Eddie Hearn, and you don't wait for Crawford to drop the belts. And so, okay, I understand that. You get your 3 fights in, you find the Karen rematch. We understood that's the IBF mandatory. PBC did do a sign of good faith in sending Stanionis over there. So Al proved you haters wrong when you guys said that the PBC won't work with anybody. And instead of making Stanionis versus Barrios, they gave Stanionis to Jerron Boots Ennis. And then you fight David Avocado. And so again, if we're talking about Josh Kelly, it's the same thing that Crawford did. You're fighting your left. If that fight is made between Boots and Josh Kelly, you're fighting your leftovers, because Crawford fought David Avocado after he beat Green Beans, after Mean Machine. So Crawford had beat Mean Machine, who had beaten David Avocado. So he fought his leftovers. And if Boots fights Josh Kelly lost and got exposed by David Avocado. So that would be, you're fighting your leftovers. It's kind of the same path with Boo Boo and Crawford in terms of the prism. That's what I'm looking at it through. And I want to get your thoughts on all that, Fanon, about Boots and David too. I mean, we don't know what he's thinking. And I've listed the names at the top 15. Are those the kind of names that you see Boots potentially fighting at 154, the kind of Boo Boo Andre path, Fanon and David?
Yeah, I think that he's going to wind up fighting a bunch of Euro bums. Yeah, because that's who Eddie Hearn has in his table, and that's how Eddie can make some money.
Eddie
Absolutely,
got
you
the
don't want him to
best
fight
tomato
tomato can.
cans. Eddie got the best tomato cans in Europe. He got them all lined up. Cause I'm like, I want to see him fight a name. I want to see him show these people, shut them up, shut them up. I want to see him shut them up. You know, the only knock I ever had on Boots was I felt as if he should have put more round on those boots. And when I say put more round on those boots, I mean instead of just taking these cats out so quick and within 5 rounds or whatever, go ahead, work on your game, work on your bag, pull your bag out. That's the perfect time to do it. You know what I mean? In the ring, go ahead and stretch some of them out. You know what I mean? And show that you in control the whole time. Because once he did go a 12 round fight, it was it was lackluster at best. You know, it was like a lot was missing that needed to be seen from him. You know, that's how I felt when he the first time he went 12 rounds. And I was like, he could have done a whole lot better than that. I was like, you're better than that. It's like, what's going on? You know what I mean? I was like, that's what happened. You get in there, you start. It's one thing to play with your food, and one thing to use your food and take advantage of the skills that you have to sharpen those skills. That's what I wanted to see in a lot of those early fights. You know what I mean? Where he was in there doing his matrix walk and all of that. I was like, okay, that's cool. But put it on him. You know what I mean? And drag him 12 rounds. Do like Pernell used to do. Sweet Pea used to do a 12 round or take them as far as they can go. At the same time, showing every tidbit of his skills. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I want to see out of Boots. And signing with Eddie and going through the tomato cans of Europe tour, man, that's somewhat beneath a fighter of his potential. You know what I mean? That's my thoughts on it. You know, that's what my thoughts are on it. And it seemed like Shakur may be getting ready to do the same thing because he's saying and talking he want to get back with Turkey. That I'm coming back after I get my hand fixed. So that means that you're going to go ahead and sign another to get to Turkey. I gotta go through Eddie Hearn type of deal. I don't understand what's up with that. Weren't you just running your lip talking about you gonna do everything you can to get the tank fight?
Well, Shakur is a lot more limited, honestly, than Jerron Boots Ennis. Number one, he doesn't have an exciting style, and he's got brittle
Nah.
hands. So Boots has a lot more potential to be a commercial success with the right opponents than someone like Shakur Stevenson does. Shakur's a lot like Haney. He's got to tie his name to a bigger star to really have relevancy. And so if he loses to that bigger star, so if finally does fight Tank and he loses, because he could win, I'm going to be fair, he could beat Tank, he could outbox him. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. It could happen. Then, if he loses to Tank, then his market value plummets. So with Boots, it to me it makes less sense to re-sign with Eddie. But Shakur again, he's all over the map because he says I'm going to stay at 135. I got tunnel vision for Tank, and then he's now agreeing to fight Conor Ben, and now he's saying he'll fight Tio. He's calling out Tio for a fight, Tio at a fight for a fight at 140. So which one is it? I mean, he's like bipolar. He says I'm done with
Yeah.
social media, then he tweets more than Michael Moore eats hamburgers. And Michael Moore eats a lot of hamburgers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know which day we're gonna get Shakur. Shakur says one thing one day and then another thing another day. Really, it's just like the psych. You ever seen the movie Psycho where the Norman Bates
Yeah.
portray? That's Shakur Stevenson. He's two different people. He says one thing and does another. He says, I'm done talking. And then he starts talking and says, I'm going to destroy everybody. It's war. It's this and that. And then after the fight, he complains. So we really don't know. He's a guy who constantly over talks, over promises, and under delivers. Whereas Boots is a really humble guy. He's not saying really stupid
Yeah,
shit. He's not saying stupid shit like Tyson Fury's better than Muhammad Ali, which Shakur has said. What Shakur said. He's not saying stupid shit that he's better than Pernell Whitaker, which Shakur said. He's not saying stupid shit like about being better than Floyd and all this other stuff, and doubting Joe Lewis and all these other guys, Ray Robinson, that which Shakur said. Boots is humble and he's quiet. He lets his talk. He lets his
true.
talking being done in the ring. It's with this re-signing with Eddie Hearn, and to Eddie Hearn's credit, he does have a lot of Euro bums, but in the case of Boo Boo Andrade, he was a United Nations States bum finding tour because Walter Katandakwa, who Boots, Boo Boo fought for the vacant middleweight title at the WBO. He was from Namibia. He was Boo Boo did fight some guys outside of the UK. So I'm looking for some of the names I read sound like they're from Africa and Latin America and the unheralded guys. So it won't just be Euro bums. If unfortunately if Duran gets, but yeah, to respond to your question, yeah. Shakur to me is in a different boat because he's much more limited as far as his commercial appeal from what Jerron Boots Ennis could be. And Jerron Boots Ennis is the antithesis personality wise because Boots is more humble. The guy with more power is more humble than Shakur. He lets his talking being done in the ring. And so to me, a guy like Shakur is in a different situation because if Shakur fights Tank and loses, I think that his market value will be like Devin. It'll plummet. And, with Devin, you could say, hey, Ryan failed the test, so he's got a little bit more market value. But if Tank knocks out Shakur, who's going to be interested in watching him fight and going to sleep?
Hey, Kenneth Rice, what's up, man?
Hey man, top of the morning, man. I'm just listening to y'all, man. Y'all good brothers, man. I wanted to speak on what you was talking about earlier about the snack demonstration with Terence and Devin and them, right? And my take on that, right? They not showing no integrity at all. You know what I mean? Even they know this man was cheating, got caught cheating, been convicted. You know what I mean? So even if they not cheating, they don't have no integrity at all about their name. Their name is being associated with a known cheater. So regardless how they get it, how it come, you know what I mean? They not showing no integrity about themselves. So they go to show you a lot about them right there. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing when I seen Terence. I seen an interview on Terence one time. They asked him about Tank. And he said, I don't like nothing about him. You never even met him. How can you hate on somebody that you never met, never had a conversation with, and never got to sit down and know him as a person? See, not know him because I'm from Baltimore and I watch his whole family, and he's a good young man, right? But I never seen so much hate on a kid that come from nothing and made something out of himself. We all still make mistakes, but at the same time, every time they put false news out on him, they never come back and apologize. They never say I was wrong. You know what I mean? And that go to show you how much they really hate on this kid, man. And as far as the Shakur fight with Tank, I used to think it was like a 50-50, but nah. Because Tank can be down on them scorecards and one punch destroys Shakur. One punch. So I definitely don't agree with that one. I know Tank he don't want to see Tank progress. If he do, it's gonna be at the fight. I think Tank do want to see him. I think that's gonna be his last fight before he leave. I really do. I really think he's gonna see Shakur on his last fight. You know what I mean? But he's getting ready, man. I'm telling you, man, he's getting ready. I'm from Upton, man, and I hear some good things, man. So just be prepared. She's coming back. Ain't no retiring him. Ain't no retiring him. I was just with his Uncle Stink the other day, man. Ain't no retiring him. He's getting ready for now. And one thing about you, Fanon, that's why I love you and KO, man. Y'all looks out for Tank, man. Don't know other you besides the Ross podcast, but don't know other YouTube channels, man, look out for Tank like y'all do, man. And I appreciate that, man. Because if it wasn't for y'all, man, they'd run his name in the hole, man. They'd Doug, man. They'd try Doug Shorty, man.
They've been trying that.
Yeah. Because if you notice, he never been to the Olympics, right? But who did the Olympics call though? The representative.
Tank.
They ain't called Shakur. They called Tank.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They ain't called Crawford. They called Tank.
Yes, sir.
Everybody could have called. They could have called anybody, but they called Tank.
Yep.
So that go to show you right there where his market value at and where his name at. You know what I mean? But man, you just keep going. A good job for now, man. We support you down here in Baltimore, man.
Appreciate you, man.
True
Thank
that.
you, brother.
Up,
True
man.
that.
Shout
All right,
out
homeboy.
Baltimore. Shout out Baltimore.
All
All
right,
right,
appreciate it,
homeboy.
man. Y'all brothers
right,
have
man.
a good one, man. All right.
Yes,
West
sir.
side all day long, brother. West
And
side
no
all day
question,
long.
Sandtown, baby.
Yes, indeed. Tell them about the Sandtown body snatcher,
Sandtown up
Tank
the
Davis.
neighborhood. I prep for
Yes,
now.
sir.
Now I got to come a little down with me sometime, man. Come on to the Upton Gym, man.
Yeah, I'll
We
come
get,
through. I'm gonna come through
we get some
All
in
right.
down there, man.
for sure.
Man,
All right, man.
we all can get down. You know what I
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
mean?
All
True
right.
that. All right,
All right,
bro.
brother.
One
All
love.
right, y'all stay safe.
What's going on, Victor?
Good morning. Good morning, Fanon. Hey, Fanon, I wanna say this. First of all, I want to say this, brother. Your voice is powerful and very needed and appreciated in the YouTube community. You know, the YouTube community goes well beyond boxing, but particularly in the world of boxing. Your voice is powerful, very appreciated, and very needed. So I piggyback off and I want to piggyback off what the brother just said and appreciate you for fighting on behalf of the Tank Man, because the Tank Man is the man and he deserves better. So
True
thank you,
that.
Fanon.
Appreciate you, man. My pleasure, man. It's a good kid, man. He's not a kid. It's a good young man. So it's a good.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Kamal and
Yeah.
Mr. Lynch, I
Yes,
I
sir.
wanted to pose this to you, and you can tap into Fanon if you'd like. I want to veer off for just a minute because we were talking about boots for a minute, and what we're talking about now in terms of boots is what's he doing, what kind of decisions is he making, why is he signing with Eddie Hearn, and so on and so forth. But you know what? For me, we keep sliding past. Now, before I finish that, let me take you back in time, if you will. On a beautiful Boxing Day, and this is what we had. On the same day, we had Antoine Russell and Puello, right? Antoine Russell, the unbeatable. Then we had right around the corner from that, we had Matias, the so-called boogeyman, Super Matias, the boogeyman. And then down the road from that, we had GTD, Javante Tank Davis. Now, you tell me that's not a good, powerful, profound boxing day of raw talent on both sides, right? So now, what happened? What was the end result of that? Upset? Matias Paro. And how did he beat him? On the back foot. Matias, a forward coming fighter, volume puncher, and he fought Paro, who beat him on the back foot. Then we had Antoine Russell. Same thing. Power puncher, volume puncher, and come forward. And who was he fighting? Puello, right? And how did Puello beat him? On the back foot. So we got two upsets. Then we move over to Tank and Frank. And bam, who carried the world of boxing on his shoulders on that day? Tank, right? Knockout. You're not going to get no upset from Tank. All right. Now, this is what I'm getting at. We got Boots. He's the so-called boogeyman. As a matter of fact, Mr. Lynch, you said something earlier. You said we need for Boots to do this so he can show his, and then you said potential. And I'm like, okay, now he's there. That I like that because that Karen fight. Anybody remember that Karen fight?
Yeah.
Did anybody take the time to count how many times Karen laid that left on Boots' chin?
Too much.
I was just getting ready to say that. too many times. That's why, for me, I'm still waiting for what you said, Mr. Lynch, that potential to shine, right? Because Bozy was in the corner, right? And Boots kept coming back to that corner, and Bozy, the trainer, the only advice that he was giving him was, get him out of there. And then he say, what you doing? Get him out of there. And so
Mhm.
why didn't he say, hey, look, let me give you some advice. Do this. Stop letting him hit you with them damn lefts.
Mhm.
But he didn't say nothing. Now I'm reading into that did he say her in a way you kind of said this too, Mr. Lynch. You said, Boots does the fancy stuff and he poses from time to time and he gets those guys out of there early. But let's move. Why don't you put some more rounds in there and get some more polish? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Tighten up some things here and there. He went that whole 12 rounds with Karen. Karen was laying them left hooks on him even in the 12th round. Even though he made Karen take that knee, Karen was strategic and smart and said, that hurt me. If I try to fight through it, he's probably going to get me. Let me take this knee, regroup, and then when I get back up, I can keep punching him in that chin. And he did all the way to the 12th round. So all I'm
Right.
saying is that I'm not so sure, like Matthias, like Antoine Russell, on those particular days at least, I'm not so sure that Boots, no matter who he signs with, and almost, no matter who he fights, that it's a sure thing. Because that chin and taking them left hooks is his Achilles heel, brother. That's his, And so I'm just wondering, I know everybody's high on Boots and so on and so forth, but and maybe him saying, I need to take a couple tune-ups before I get to that nigga. Maybe it's something he knows, and we all don't want to be true. You know what I mean? And that is being. And then he wanted to fight Brian Norman Jr. Uh, I say Brian Norman Jr. tried to get that money. Boots gave him what he offered him, the final offer. And Brian Norman said, no, no, you know what? I told you what I want. I told you what I need. You ain't gonna give it to me. So I'm getting ready to go do something else. Watch this. And what he went and did, where's he at now? Getting ready to fight getting ready to fight a fighter who's got a better resume than Boots. He slipped right on past Boots. Now
Who's
he's getting ready
that?
to fight Devin Haney.
Who got who got a
Okay,
better?
Victor.
Hold
No, I
on.
gotta chime
Who
in
got a
on that.
better?
But now you go ahead and
Who
chime in, and
got
I'm
a
gonna
better?
chime in after you on that one. There's some
Who got a
blasphemy
who got a
there.
better?
Come on,
Who got a?
come on.
Well, number
Who
one,
got a better? I
he said
saw
he's
Devin Haney. I saw Devin Haney take a shit in the middle of a ring. Okay, so hell no.
Devin Haney
I saw
tweeted,
that man take a shit in the ring.
and
Wait a
it's
minute now.
funny.
Wait. Hey, gentlemen. Now let's be particular. Let's be specific. I said he's getting ready to fight a guy who's got a better resume. I didn't say a
Oh, I
better
don't think
fighter.
he has a better resume. I don't
Better
think he has.
Okay,
resume. I mean, he's got a better accomplishment in being undisputed, but better resume. I mean, I
okay,
don't know. I think
okay.
it's pretty equal. I
Well,
mean, he's
what I'm
got the
saying,
better overall win in Loma, but again, who else has he fought? Santiago sucks. Abdulayev just got knocked out by old boy from Top Rank. I mean, who is Devin really? Jojo Diaz was out of his depth. He'd already lost to Mr. Gary Russell Jr. He was a smaller fighter. Devin outweighs everybody by 40 pounds, so much so that in the Regis Prograis fight, the California State Athletic Commission called him out for his bullshit. He
Mhm.
rehydrates 40 pounds. Devin really should be at a middleweight, but he's been hiding and ducking and doing these weight games. And he's not cheating because in boxing you can do that. Let me be clear. Devin is not cheating. I'm not accusing him of cheating. So anybody who's snipping this, take that with a grain of salt. But you've seen the documentaries where Haney's saying to people before the fights, too small. He's saying that to Cambosis, too small. He's saying that to Lomachenko, too small. He is a guy who's been the Goliath to David's, except his Davids don't have a slingshot that can kill a Goliath. So Haney's been playing a lot of games. So I'm going to say that he's more accomplished, of course, being undisputed, but his resume, he's got better overall win with Lomachenko. But even that, many people thought that white boy, because Devin Haney said he'd never lose to a white boy, that white boy actually beat Devin Haney. So I'm going to call that a push right there, but he is more accomplished. I'll give you that, Victor.
Okay, okay. Go ahead, Miss Lynch. You had something to say?
Hey, what I gotta say is this: Devin Haney's resume, though the biggest name you're going to see on there is Lomachenko. You know what I mean? But then again, what do you see when you see Lomachenko? You see another top rank hype job. I have to say it. You know what I mean? That's what you see. Because then when you go ahead and go down the line, he fought what was in front of him at the time in that weight class, and a lot of them, that weight class wasn't that strong. You know what I mean? And the way that Top Rank was playing, we don't want to deal with PBC. And you might as well say at this time, the promoters were proprietary. They didn't want to let none of their fighters go fight any other fighters that's not in their state. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that's one thing that hurted boxing. It hurted boxing real bad. Because that's where you start seeing like this decline. Because you see a lot of casual fans and you see a lot of fans like, yo, I want to see this fight. Why can't they just make it happen? It's not up to the fighter. It's because of the contracts they have and the promoters that they're signed to who are not making these fights. That's the reason why when Terence felt as though he couldn't get the fight with Earl, after he was finished with his contract, he left and he went about trying to find a way to do it his way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I look at Devin's resume, it's spotty. His
Okay.
resume is spotty. All you can
Okay.
see on there is Lomachenko. But the thing is that he did become undisputed. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He did
Okay.
become undisputed. And if you're the victor, you get the spoils. That's the only
I
thing I
like
see
I
that
like to
was
cut
good
in
about
here.
that.
I like to cut in here because I got it. You Negroes are crazy. First of all, Ron Ennis is gonna fucking murder them niggas. All of them. The only reason that dude, I don't believe nothing about Jerron Ennis being worried about Devin Haney, Brian Norman, or any of the rest of those dudes.
Oh,
He's
I
way
wasn't
too
saying that.
good. He's way too talented, but he's got a fucked up trainer. He's got a fucked up British promoter. And the British promoter
Hmm.
is not going to make him a big name star in the United States because he doesn't know what he's doing. But he needs to be over there. But people are a lot of people can say what they want. Devin Haney is not the real deal. I think
Nope.
Boots is the real deal. He's the real fucking deal. So we're gonna see what happens. I don't think anybody gonna beat him at 154 except for maybe Sebastian Pandora. But fucking Eddie Hearn want to do him like AJ and play Mr. Keep Away. So yeah, I
Hmm.
absolutely believe that Eddie Hearn is gonna try to play keep away with him, and it's gonna wind up being a situation where people think he's ducking everybody in the sun because he's over with somebody that got ulterior motives. So that's me. But look, I got to get out of here, y'all. I got to run up out of here today.
Hey, thank you.
All right,
Thank you,
Fanon.
Fanon.
Man,
Hey,
my pleasure,
Fanon.
man. All right,
Fanon.
man.
Peace and
You,
blessings, brothers.
Hey,
Peace.
peace and blessings
let
from
me end
all,
with this, Fanon. Yeah,
Mr.
thank
Lynch.
you. Thank you for the talk. I agree with you, Fanon. Let me end with this. I think Boots is a special fighter, but again, re-signing with Eddie Hearn was a bad move. Again, we got to distinguish Boots, the fighter, from the decisions that Eddie Hearn's going to make. But unfortunately, he put us in that position. So it is a mixed bag. Karen, we may like him or hate him. He would beat Devin Haney. And I think that him and Brian Norman is close to a 50-50 fight. So, we judge these fighters and we think that everybody has to be Mayweather undefeated. That Gary Antoine Russell Puello fight, that was a 50-50 fight. And in reality, I mean, it could have gone either way. Puello ran away from the rematch. With that, I'm out. Deuces.
All right, y'all. Get
Peace.
back.
All right. One
All
love.
right.
What I want to say is, I'm just, I'm glad that the fact that Tank is about to get out here and he's about to show these cats after next week, he go ahead and brush this charge off his shoulders. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
for all y'all who was out there doubting that man, talking ill about that man, y'all gonna get what y'all deserve because y'all pushed that button. And that man is going to come in and he's going to show improve. He's going
You
to
know
show
it.
improve on the Mont Hurt,
You,
on the Mont Roach.
Yes, sir.
He's
Hey,
going to
I
show
gotta go
improve it.
for real. I gotta. I don't mean to
So
be. I
peace and
gotta.
blessings to everybody. One
Yes,
love.
sir.
peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
All right, Victor.
Yes.
Get back. Yes, sir. Real fast. Let me get these super chats. Thank y'all for the support. Soccer Love said, support for the great channel. Thank you. Jay Mills said, everyone on the grind respects Mr. Martin in the chat. P.S. F Bud, the cheat dud Crawford. I can't believe. And Cheap Red Boy with the $20 holler. Much love to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all so much. I'll get back with y'all tomorrow. Deuces.